hello. We have Dr. Gyula Gal, a senior Hungarian consultant and the head of neurointervention unit in Odense in Denmark.
Yes.
How are you doing, doctor?
I'm fine, thank you.
Perfect. We're pleased to have you here in our conference in Easter.
On the contrary, I'm the one that is pleased.
Absolutely.
I'm very happy.
We're super excited and super honored to have you here. Our discussion today is a little bit about you and how you went through to neurointervention and your story, your backstory. Can you tell us more? How did you start about considering medicine in the first place? Why did you consider neurointervention afterwards?
I went to med school because of a book I read when I was young, and I felt it was very exciting about a doctor who lived he was German Jew, and he had to escape to France, and then the Germans came after him, and I felt it was it made a strong impact on me. And then the second reason is that the med school had a very good water polo team, and I was a quite good water polo player. And
water polo is, of course, the sport of playing ball in the
water. Yes, in Hungary, it's almost a national sport.
It is a national sport in Hungary.
They won like 8-10 gold medals in the Olympics during this time. Yes,
they played in the Olympics. The Hungarians are.
I played a World Cup, not the Olympics.
The World Cup.
World Cup. Yes.
Okay, interesting. So you had an interest in water polo since you were young, and you were actually pretty good. You were playing in the water cup.
I started when I was 10.
Okay.
And then I finished when I was 40.
40. Excellent. Okay, interesting.
I finished when I started neurointervention because then I didn't have time and energy.
To do both, yeah.
Yes. I was on call 2 years every day, so it was impossible.
So your university had a good team in water polo, so you decided to go to enlist for the water polo. Okay, interesting. And how did you find medicine once you started your career?
Yeah, the medicine was very exciting also. I love to study, and this was the best 6 years of my life.
Really?
And yes.
Okay, interesting.
It was easy for me to study, so I had no problem with that. And also I was very structured, so I used the time because I had to go to training, so I didn't lose too much time. So it was very nice time.
Perfect. Okay. And then afterwards, what made you decide do you go through radiology first before you go to intervention radiology?
No. Actually, I started as a surgeon. According to the book I read, I wanted to save lives.
Okay.
Then I did 3 years surgery in Hungary, and then I left the country. It was then political reasons, and then I went to Scandinavia, and then...
No. Let's take them one by one. You had to leave Hungary because of...
I didn't have to, but I chose to leave because I didn't like communism. I didn't like dictatorship, so I felt like there would not be any change in my lifetime. But a couple of years later, communism collapsed.
Yeah.
But
You've already made your decision.
Couldn't foresee it, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you decided to go from Hungary to Sweden?
Yes. Sweden was an option, and I was married. My wife had a childhood friend. She married a Swedish guy, so we had some news and
connections there.
We felt that this is a very nice country that
absolutely is
peaceful. Yes, so that was.
I actually did a part of my PhD in Karolinska in Sweden as well.
Then you're.
Yeah, it is a beautiful country. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And how was your time in Sweden? Where did you go? Which city did you go to?
Yeah, we started in Stockholm to learn the language, and then we moved. My wife was also a doctor, so we moved to a smaller town and stayed there 6 years and made medical practice.
What is the name of the smaller town?
The name is Kristinehamn.
Kristinehamn.
Yes,
okay.
It's beside the big lake, and
as everywhere in Sweden,
quite much lakes. Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, beautiful. We had a very nice house, so we were lucky, and we got our first child there. And then my boss, I became radiologist by accident because that was the need in Sweden, a radiologist. And I was so lucky that when I started to work in Stockholm first and then in Kristinehamn, I had so competent senior colleagues that I felt like, wow, and they gave me a lot of freedom, credit, and so it was fantastic. And the chief in this small city hospital, he sent me to a university hospital to see that you are not worse than the other ones that are there. So he said, you should not learn too much there, but you should get a lot of confidence, self-confidence. And he was right. But I stayed there, so I learned a lot anyhow.
Okay, interesting. But again, everybody who I've met and they were great in their job, they had a beautiful mentor who believed in them, who supported them, who
very important.
Yeah,
very
absolutely,
important.
It is very important. Yeah,
yes.
And so he actually convinced you, or at least advised you to go to.
He said, spend a year there.
Yeah.
He wanted
not to learn anything new, but just so you understand that you're not that different.
It was just supporting advice, but. Of course, everybody can learn. If you go to high level, you learn a lot.
Absolutely.
But his point was that he was confident that I was well
already
trained, and then it would be nice to get back to this smaller hospital.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Finally, I got an option there to stay there, and it was very exciting also because I didn't know too much about neuroradiology. I started there.
And what was the name of the city you went to?
It was Uppsala.
Uppsala.
It's an old university city. So then I stayed in that hospital, and
you learned neuroradiology over there?
I did.
Okay.
In Sweden, it's an own specialty. So I am radiologist and neuroradiologist and also interventional. So I have 3 titles.
Wow. Okay.
And then, as it may happen time to time, more senior colleagues finished, and I became suddenly the most experienced guy by accident, and it was a heavy time. So
that was still in Uppsala.
In Uppsala, yes.
Okay.
I had to work a lot, and it was also, I was happy because I had the intention and the ambition to work hard, and I had the physics, probably due to water polo, so I could work 18 hours a day.
Wow.
And because there was no one else. And it was a big hospital.
Okay.
So.
Okay, beautiful. And I believe that was satisfactory for you that time specifically.
I was very happy, and it was before intervention, so it was just general. So.
Okay. And then how did you come in? What's neurointervention, by the way, if someone doesn't know?
It's a very nice question, because I didn't know that either. But it consists of working in the vessels of the brain and the spinal cord, usually going in the groin, or maybe nowadays in through the radial artery, and go up with catheters. And we have fantastic devices now, so we can stop bleedings, we can occlude bleeding sources, we can reopen vessels that are clotted, and the spectrum is fantastic.
And how is it a breakthrough? What was usually done before if a person has a problem with the blood vessels of his brain?
The bleedings, the intracranial bleedings, usually went to surgery. Our role, neuroradiologist, was to do the study, X-ray study. Sometimes we puncture the carotid artery at the neck, but mostly from the groin, and do images with contrast in the vessel, so that we could give a nice
information
to the neurosurgeons to operate.
That was the old way.
Yes.
Okay, but now
surgery is a very invasive, especially you have to cut the head, open it. It's a big issue for a patient, and I was very, very lucky, because the surgeon, the chief of the neurosurgery department, he gave me a lot of support to take this up and learn and apply on his patient, which was almost unique, because in other hospitals in Europe, the neurosurgeons didn't want any other person to take over the business.
Yeah. How is it now, actually?
Now it is still like if the patient in ruptured case comes into the hospital, the first line treatment is endovascular, because what he told me, the difference is that you don't touch the brain. So we don't harm the brain, because we stay inside the vessel. So if we can make it This is the first line. Sometimes if there is a big bleeding, they have to evacuate. Then they may
have to do the surgery.
But it happens time to time that they ask us to occlude the bleeding source first to be safer when they evacuate the hematoma.
Okay. So you mean even if they're going to do surgery, it's better to be preceded, or sometimes it's better to be preceded by neurointervention to decrease the incidence of hemorrhage while they are going to do the surgery.
Yes.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay. And what is the best thing you still remember about Sweden that you like the most?
I love the summers.
Absolutely,
when
they are
I
great in
went
Sweden.
there, they were a little bit shorter than they are now, so it's even better because the global warming up applies to Sweden. It makes living better in Sweden, actually.
I actually said that to them, and they said, no, I know, but it is. So they feel that it's making their weather better, but of course they have the background of making care of the world and the health and the environment. So they are a little bit of
I
conflict.
love the winters also because
no, the winters are really hard.
Come on, you are from this country.
Yeah, probably because I'm from Egypt. Huh?
But I'm from Hungary. I am in the middle. We had snow in Hungary, but we didn't have big mountains. So skiing in Hungary was not so widely spread. But we used to go to Poland to ski, and in Sweden it's very easy because where I lived in Uppsala, 1.5 hours, it was a skiing area that could be accessed easy. So I loved it also. And my son, he was a fan of skiing. So when he was 6, we started to go often. And
Beautiful. Okay. Do you remember a case so that we can showcase an example of neurointervention? Do you remember any case that you have done before?
I've done many cases, but I recall a recent one that is a little bit special because the patient had a very unusual symptoms when she came. She came with an MR study showing a huge vascular malformation in the brain, and she was referred from the psychiatric department. And I said, wow, what's the point? And the reason...
So her first symptom or her first complaint was actually a psychiatric issue?
This was what I thought, but she was referred to the psychiatric department because she had smell hallucinations. But soon I realized when I watched the MR images, but this is not a psychiatric, this is completely adequate reaction because the malformation was at that part of the brain when you feel the smell.
Yeah. So the AVM or the malformation of the blood vessels of the brain was near the area of the brain that controls the smell.
Exactly. It's the bottom of the frontal lobe, and the sensation comes from the nose, of course.
So she keeps smelling stuff that's not there. Nobody smells them.
This was her problem. And it was a psychiatric, and I also first saw it. But then I spoke with her. She is a completely normal lady, and then I realized soon that this was a normal reaction because the malformation was at that part. So it disturbed the brain, which often happens. This is a symptomatic malformation. That's huge, very high flow. And now I treated her 4 times because we do it step by step. We push a fluid embolic agent that is toxic, so we cannot do it in one go. And plus, this was so high flow that the brain has to adapt to the new circulation. So
can you tell us what does a vascular malformation mean in the first place?
It means abnormal connections between the arteries and the veins. Normally, the arteries come from the heart and carry the blood to smaller vessels, and when they get to a point that they have to give up the oxygen and the substances that the different organs need, like a brain, a lot of oxygen and sugar, they go to very small portions that called capillaries. So then the flow is very slow in this one, so that there is enough time to diffusion. With an AVM, the capillaries lose their function to diminish the speed of the blood. So they have high flow, and it means that the pressure on the venous side gets bigger, the veins dilate, and they can rupture.
Because the veins are not accustomed to this high pressure,
Exactly.
but now suddenly there's a gush of big volume of blood into them. Okay.
They usually, it is a question of years. So I think she had it since her son's childhood because she was 37 years. She is 37 years.
Yeah, okay.
So so this is the malformation, and she had huge venous dilated vessels. And when I watched the MRI, I said that, wow, this is a very difficult case. And the first time I did the angiogram, I didn't dare to start because I felt that I had to evaluate it and
take your time.
Then, exactly. So then I explained for her, and then I took her back. And now, after 4 treatments, the malformation is almost completely occluded.
Perfect.
Still, there is very small remnant.
Yeah.
Now we wait.
We wait because?
What I said, we cannot push too much of the stuff. We cannot radiate too much because this lady would lose the hair. If we radiate, we have to see a very high level radiation. It's a large dose that we apply. So usually we have to wait 3-4 months between the treatment. Now I told her, I wish you a very nice summer, and we get back September, October, and discuss what to do.
Okay.
Now it's possible to operate her also surgically.
Okay.
It was not before.
Okay.
Now we degraded the size so much that, or radiation also an option. But
Excellent. What would have happened if we never treated her?
I fear that it would have ruptured quite soon because she had several focal dilatations that we call aneurysms on the venous side.
Weak points?
By experience, we know that their wall is very thin, so they can rupture and bleed.
Okay, so they can bleed in the brain, and of course, because the brain is an enclosed space, so bleeding
Very
there is
dangerous.
very dangerous.
Very dangerous, especially with this high flow, because there is nothing that can stop. So
okay.
I think she was lucky that she got symptoms, because otherwise she was not aware. Now she tells that she had some headaches before, but many people has headaches, and mostly they don't find anything.
Yeah, that's fine. Does she still have the smelling hallucinations?
Yes, which is very, very unusual. I never heard about this before, but this is also
okay. So, but do you think if she had continued the radiation or done the surgery to remove this cast now, do you think the smelling hallucinations?
She already told that it's gone.
It is already gone.
Yeah, she told.
Okay,
so now we continue the treatment to eliminate the risk because she is so young. So that I want to tell her that now you can relax.
You can enjoy the rest of your life because this problem has been done already.
In the same time, I have to be very, very cautious not to harm her. So I'm happy that I could treat her up to now with no clinical deficit.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely, yeah. Wish her all the best. We have really, really enjoyed our talk with you, Dr. Gyal. And we would be really honored if you can come maybe later on for another conference or another meeting. I love Egypt. I've been here since at least 15 years, several times, and cooperated with Farouk and his previous boss, Ahmed Sami. He's the elderly guy. Yesterday I participated in a meeting where they discussed how stroke treatment can further develop in Egypt, and I've heard there were some politicians there also strong statements. So I would be very happy if they could realize these plans. Absolutely, absolutely. So I wish good luck to the Egyptian people. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much. You're welcome.